I am sitting 30-odd metres away, giving the referee the thumbs up. We're all set, ready to go.
It will be the Jaguars to get things back underway. Franklin to get first use of the ball. Handling going to be interesting here. The last time these guys would have touched the ball, it was dry, and all of a sudden, very greasy conditions down here at Walker Park. So we are all set to go for the second half here of the Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup clash. Round 5 of this competition, and away we go. Fielded by the Storm, who go straight back into it via the big fella, Dithery. Toe to Toliavai, who had a fine first half in the middle of the park. They get the penalty at the end of it as well. So not what they needed there, the Jaguars, and for the Storm, well, this just chews up another minute or two where they're down to 12 men. They'll be in no hurry here. Coach Jody Henry, captain coach sort of arrangement, I guess. Nice kick for touch as well, gets them up to just over halfway. And back into it they go. Kingy is the man to tap and go. Dithery again with a carry forward, bumping low. Runs at Brown, who to his credit holds on well. Underneath, Toe to Toliavai. Toliavai dummies. Instead goes himself. 30 out from the line here, the Storm. To Vailopa, sends one flying. Making easy yardage here, the Storm. What have they got at the end of it? Look out for Henry to pop up at some point in this set. Toe, speaking of him, there he is. Throws it out and probably didn't pop up in the way I was anticipating. Gets the ball picked off on that occasion there, Henry. So Pakuranga survived that one. Well defended in the end. It was a nice read to come through and pick it off. Papali'i takes it forward.
Jaguars looking to mount something from here.
Edmonds directing traffic, turns Papali'i back in on the inside. 35 out from the line. Can they put something together here, Pakuranga? They need to strike fairly early in the second half if this comeback is to be a reality, you would think. Nano. Spin it out the back now. Papali'i's going to look to the heavens. Greasy ball. What's going to come of it? The chase is good from Pakuranga. Everyone lets it pounce in the end. And it goes safely dead over towards the toilet block here. But it took a bit of a risk there, Troy. I think the Franklin Storm just decided not to contest that one. Worked out in their favour on that occasion.
Just going to get the Steeden ball off the young fella over there. Wanted to play with it. Thought he had a little present. Steeden, the official ball to the Auckland Rugby League for both the Sharman Cup, sponsored by Crown Lift Trucks, as well as the SAS Fox Memorial.
Outside backs coming in for some work there. On that occasion, Leroy Nahi, that 35-year-old of Tuakau Broncos Jr. He's also spent some time at the Hibiscus Coast over the years. Just short of halfway now are the Storm. Little duck back inside there. But good defence from Pakuranga. They drive him back. They drive him back a long way as well. And they ruin it with the penalty. Just spent too long in there. It was great defence. Pushed Tolovai 10 metres backwards, but then their enthusiasm got the better of them. Henry now to kick for touch. So Kingy taps and goes, runs it straight at Papali'i, who tackles well down low. Theory just had a little look up there and puts it down. So Franklin guilty of errors both times he's visited good ball situations in this second half.
Yeah, it wasn't the best pass for the big fella. He had to pull that down above shoulder height. And they come up with a fumble.
Not long now until Franklin are back to their full complement as well, with Donny Tuvailopa to return to the field.
Jaguars will be looking to try and take as many opportunities as they can with that player down.
They better hurry up because they are fast running out of time. He's back up on the feet. Good carry forward there.
Franklin will take a wee bit of pride out of that defensive effort.
Spinning the ball wide now, Papali'i. Centralised here. This is a good carry forward here from Pakuranga. This is a bit more like it. You can see Williams hanging off the shoulder there. Brown shuffles on to Papali'i. Papali'i now dinks a little kick in over the top. The chase is good from Williams, but out of nowhere, Franklin appear loose ball. We're definitely going to need a second look at that one. No, we're not. Cash has got his point straight to the spot. So let's take a look on the replay. It's a gutsy call from our match officials here.
It was a great initial first break too. They put them on the roll.
Papali'i here, clever little kick. Kicks across the body. The eyes were going left. The kick goes right. You can see Williams is right in the frame for it. Takes a horrible bounce from a Franklin point of view. And initially they clean up. But then the ball spills loose. And that's a great call from our referees on the spot. Williams gets to the ball and touches down. But boy, live, I had no idea on that one, so a big shout out to our match officials who captured that one perfectly and came up with the correct call.
Yeah, a wee bit more chitter now happening with the Jaguars as they stroll back into their half, getting ready for the kickoff after the conversion attempt. Flags are up.
So all of a sudden, we're back to a 10-point gap.
Yeah, it won't be the start that the Storm will start, looking to kick off with there. So you can actually just hear their little chitter around that coming back to half time, but it was probably a wee bit more of a direct conversation as they now get ready to reset. And as we see the tee handed along the back line.
That's right. Well executed. Well, actually, it wasn't that well executed. It took a while. Franklin to get us back underway here.
The on, though. And welcome in all the viewers from around the world. The live stream coming to you via our live stream partner, Ctas.
So Pakuranga key that they complete on this set and really start to build. Now there's an excellent first carry forward. Brown gets a quick play the ball on the end of it, and now the back line come into it, and this is an excellent break down the field. Asuero, they're not going to catch him. Johnny Asuero is going to go all the way, and the Pakuranga Jaguars, they are back.
He's going to love that. Let's see that on the replay.
And it just really comes out of nothing, spots up a bit of a staggered line, that little late swerve, perhaps a couple of poor attempts there from the Franklin defense, and then he's too quick at that point. Goes through untouched under the posts.
Yeah, he's very happy with that.
So kick to come from in front of the sticks. It's going to be Makahakalo to attempt the conversion. The 19-year-old Otara Scorpions Jr. puts it over. And all of a sudden the gap is 4.
Absolutely. Just changed in about 4 minutes.
So credit to the Jaguars who have come out a different looking team in the second half. and a little bit more open and expansive, and Franklin right now have no answer for it.
Other than maybe walking down to past the halfway line to kick off.
Nothing's going right for them in the second half.
Yeah, just a little bit slow to start in the second stanza.
And you wonder if complacency is a factor, Troy, because it certainly appeared that they were well in control in that first half and maybe just went in there thinking, you know, we're cruising pretty comfortably. But this Pakuranga team had other ideas.
Well, they struck back pretty quickly in what have we got on there? Maybe 4 minutes. A couple of tries. So they're certainly back into it. And here we go again.
So high one down towards
Oh,
the left edge there.
overran it.
Brown goes back fortuitously there for Pakuranga.
Good strong settle. Big looking for another one.
That last try was built off their strong carries. That's how the gap opened up. Brown jumps out of dummy half looking for one on that occasion. Nothing there. Edmonds.
Is our man back from the bin?
Papali'i, yep, we're back to 13 on 13. Tuvailopa back on the field. Brown centralizes, turns back inside, does Papali'i. Good carry forward there by Tofa. Just short of halfway now. Need to get to a good kick. Papali'i shapes, kicks over the top. Kingy touches it. Is that knocked on? Play on's the call. They get away with it there, and Kingy returns it with some ferocity. But great line speed there by the Pakuranga Jaguars. They drag him back 10 metres out from the line now. Franklin with a bit of work to do here. They need to muscle up. Ball has come loose. It's going to be a penalty, and that hurts for the Jags. That really hurts. They're showing great enthusiasm there, getting up in the face. But the ball spills loose, and it is ruled a strip. You see fresh legs in the shape of Tim McKicken on the field. A late call-up. He was 18th man. And Bobby Brown pulling out in the warm-up.
Off to see Whitney. Yeah, there'd be a very few that'd get that one, Corey.
So line speed, the call of the day from the Jaguars.
Yeah, they'll be showing some, trying to get some intensity into this now and up the momentum.
Yep, well, it's theirs right now. McKicken takes forward. Big rangy thing. Toe jumps out of dummy half, finds some good meters there.
He's had a pretty good game, this young Toe.
Tolovai to Tuvailopa with a little bit of footwork at the line. Nice to see. Meta Brown in a little bit of pain in back play there. Henry now turns back inside to McKicken. 25 out from the line now, the Storm. Yet to score in the second half. They've conceded twice. Henry goes to the line. Henry plays short to Kingy. Kingy shakes off one. Kingy still going. Looks to get the ball out the back. Ball has come loose, but it's going to be called forward. But it's a dangerous combination, isn't it, Troy?
Yeah,
Jody Henry to Darren Kingy.
Yeah, I think that's been working well for them for the 2018 season. And you'll see a lot more of it to come as the season unfolds.
Tolovai, who has played the full 53 minutes so far, really good as well. And we've got another player down and a little bit of pain here, so fingers crossed this one isn't too serious, but he didn't move initially.
Yeah, that's what the call is from the field. I was just about to say the same thing. They seem to be holding off on the defense, the Storm. You know, they're not showing enough vigor or enough urgency, and that's sort of been the call now as far as the defense line is concerned. And this little break in the traffic is probably going to help them regather, reshape. Yeah, probably a bit of a shock start for them, Corey. 2 tries, you know, in the opening few minutes.
Yeah, I think so, and just probably the manner in which they went about it as well. All of a sudden, they were getting dominated in the middle of the park, the Franklin Storm. So we remain paused as the injured player is dealt with. You can see Franklin are back in formation, anticipating a quick restart here. The player down is Johnny Asuera, 23-year-old Richmond Rovers junior.
As we wait for Johnny to take his feet, you know, the Storm probably will be reflecting on a 4-point spread at the moment, you know, considering they're in a lot more of the driving seat before the second half kicked off.
So, injured man making his way to the sideline here. So, play about to resume.
Here come the Jags.
Good defense here from Franklin on that occasion. The line speed a little bit more onto it. Brown shuffles back door to Papali, who gets a booming kick away down the back, fielded by Kingy, who looks up and sees nothing but blue jerseys coming at him. Toe jumps out of dummy half. Flat ball from Van der Westerlo to Royden to Paya. Tolovai, another good carry. Boy, he's been excellent so far. Henry goes to the line, plays short, brings Tupaya in. Support looming, they're not going to need him. Royden Tupaya is going to play it in. But guess who is at the centre of it again? Jody Henry with a lovely flat ball at the line. Isolates his wingman, who had plenty of support, could have set one up or scored it himself in the end. He went with the latter.
I think he was being a nice guy. He said, you have this one.
You can see here, Henry just sums it up beautifully. He saw that Papali'i got sucked out of the line. And then from there, Royden to Paya. He's got the pace. Just teases his mate there, says...
Yeah, you have a look here. I don't know if he dots it down. He hands it over to his mate and he does it. There we go.
You're right. I've completely missed that on
Second row, I got that one. That's always backing up, mate. Even when you're in the end goal and there's no one around you, I'll take that.
That is overly generous, I would say.
And by the end of the night, that's going to be a 35-metre run by that second row.
I don't know if it'll please the coaching staff too much. I think you just put the ball down in that situation. You probably don't play around with it too much, but...
Oh, I think the coach is going to be wrapped because that whole try and effort came off the back of his pass.
So the official try scorer, Donny Tuvailopa, who literally will not score an easier one in his life.
Yeah, I thought you'd missed that on the live action. It looks like the weather's broken again. Sun's out. Reserves on in the background. And sort of look out to my left for Savannah's having a couple of peri-peri chips. Try and get a score for you, Corey, on that game.
So comes in, strikes it, and it's a bad one. It's going to land
a horrible one.
12 metres out. And I'll tell you what, goal kicking has not been a strength of Franklin's today.
He won't be going to the Markle party later on today at Frog Manor.
So score remains Franklin Storm at 24, Pakuranga Jaguars 16, just short of the hour mark here. And we've got an update from next door.
Point Chevalier Pirates reserves up against Marist Saints, 12-10. 12-10 to the Pirates. So it looks like a tightly contested game next door.
Papali'i, a high one down towards the corner of Tupaya. And we'll have to call him Generous Royden from now on after his antics on that try. Handing over the 4-pointer to his mate. McKicken now getting involved. Looked good since coming on the field. Late call up, the 18th man. Jump out of dummy half now, Toe. Now they're starting to roll through again and they get the penalty on the back of it.
He's been dangerous every time he's done it. However, he's having a conversation about what happened there.
Yeah, so the penalty's going to go the other way. They're going to call obstruction there.
The toe and go didn't work that time.
Papali'i kicks for touch. So maybe a chance here for Pakuranga to even things out again. It was all them in the first 10 minutes of the second half, but since then, Franklin Storm scored a try, really started to get control of the contest again.
Just have to wonder, having that guy in the bin, whether that's, you know, going to play a part in how much fuel they have in the tank for the Storm boys.
We've got a number of them that have gone the full hour in the Ford so far, Troy. Jason Toe yet to have a rest, Ruben Tolavai as well. Nano carries forward, breaks off the initial one, but eventually taken down under the weight of David Paya. Edmonds, the former Manyarewa Marlin, hands it off now. This is a good carry forward here.
Tried to offload, did wise to hold on.
Tofa gets to the play of the ball. Brown now jumps in. Edmonds hands off. Papali'i into the action. He's had some big carries today, his Papali'i.
Big Edwin Fisitua walks by, my Tongan brother.
Papali'i at the line now. 10 metres out now, the Pakuranga Jaguars are going to get a penalty at the end of it as well. So back-to-back sets coming up. Tap and go is the call from Mida Brown. Aaron Kesha has other ideas. He's been energetic today, has Brown, from the bottom of the ruck. Tap and go from the 10. Back into it they go. Dallas Mana carries forward. 28-year-old, a Pakuranga junior. Nano standing and eventually taking the ground. Brown spins it wide. Tofa involved. Right up against the line here, Pakuranga. What have they got? Spin it out the back door now. Williams in on the play. Williams has found the overlap, and the try line was begging, but they've got bigger problems than that because Tupaia scooped it up now. Loose ball. The chase is pretty good from Pakuranga, and they get there and take him to ground, but boy, was that the turning point, Troy. The try line begging, and they put it down there. It was Hakalo who put it down, but it was lovely work from Ibanez Williams, who isolated his men on the outside. They had the numbers advantage, but just couldn't execute. Now Franklin, they've already gone 60-odd metres in this set. Henry on the ball. Henry's looking out the back door now, brings his halves partner Van der Westerlo into it, who finds Tolavai. Tolavai's into a yawning gap. Ruben Tolavai in for the double.
Well executed by the Storm boys. And
They've called it back. They have called it back. Forward pass is the call.
We'll come back to the live feed in a sec.
Yeah.
Referee has turned that over.
No good watching the live replay of the forward pass there, so apologies for that one. Well, Troy, I certainly didn't see anything wrong with it. It was looked okay from our end, but it's called back for a forward pass. Franklin certainly didn't agree with the call.
So it must have been a touchy that's given the heads up on the comms unit.
That's right. Our match officials in a much better position to make a call on that one than us. So a bit of a false start there. Back into it we go now. Pakuranga.
Oh,
work
great.
it out
He
through
spilled the ball off that impact.
Hakalo, so they're shooting themselves in the foot now. Now Tolavai says, I was denied one earlier, let me have another go. Franklin Storm are hungry for blood. Toe shuffles on. Henry now placed flat at the line again. Brings Kingy into it. Kingy driving the legs. Kingy's going to go very close. Half the Pakuranga team under him. They hold him up. Slow play the ball. The line now reset. Toe shuffles left to Henry. Henry sucks him in with the dummy. Henry's going to go close. Eventually taken down. Toe now jumps out of dummy half. Jason Toe deserves a try, but rolled over. Good defence, Pakuranga Jaguars. Tuvai Lopa.
Just need to be a wee bit more creative.
Huanga dominant in the tackle, gets him onto his back. They shuffle out to this left edge now. Henry dinks the little kick in behind. It's juggled by Pakuranga. Well cleaned up at the back by Papali'i, who then goes on a nice little run there. That's great work from the number 17 for Pakuranga.
Yeah, he's had a good day today, Papali'i.
Hint of a shoulder charge there from Ben Kingy. And sloppy play of the ball. Boy, oh boy. Painful to watch because that's twice now in the space of 2 minutes where they've had a chance to get out of the centroid, but just sloppy fundamental errors.
Yeah, just plays with your mind so much when you're down there inside. You know, they had the first set, they managed to turn it back over. That second set, you know, they're only into about the second play of the ball, I think, not even that. And to lose it on a sloppy play of the ball, that's a tough one. So as we get ready for a couple of more Storm boys to decide whether they're getting into the scrum, yep, they are. That's probably why the prop was sitting outside the scrum waiting for his run at the line.
Toe. Van der Westerlo, dummied, and wore a shot for his troubles. A big one over the top by Lama. Toe. Centralizes now. Henry calling players back in on the inside. Finds Tolvai, who gets the offload away to Darren Kingy. Darren Kingy shakes off one, shakes off two. Still going Kingy, 10 out from the line. The Pakuranga defense continues to hold strong. Tofa finishes off now. Toe comes out to the left edge. Henry says we'll switch things up. Van der Westerlo, a little bit of footwork at the line. Breaks through the first. Hard to tackle this guy. He's got spiders on him. Slow play of the ball now. Toe looking both ways. Henry at the line now. They bring Kingy into it. Kingy now, he's got his centre isolated. And it's going to be Ben Kingy who goes over. We wait for confirmation this time. And indeed, the whistle is blown by referee Kesha. Let's take a look on the replay.
They always look more dangerous when they're throwing the ball around as opposed to the one off the ruck.
It's nicely summed up
Great
there by
pass.
Henry. And then Kingy does really well here, does Kingy. With a man on either leg, gets the ball out the back. And then from there, the other Kingy finishes things off. Kingy to Kingy. And the Storm jump up to a 28-16 lead, kick to come.
Good crowd forming here in both games. We've got the Point Chevalier reserves up against Marist Saints next door. Edwin Fisitua has just arrived on ground, so the Prems will be getting prepared for the main game today at 2:30. Join us on the live stream, aucklandleague.co.nz. Point Chevalier Pirates up against the Marist Saints, and it's a Root Rooster match. Going to be a massive clash today.
And kick is good from out wide. So the Franklin Storm tick over to 30 points. Pakuranga Jaguars 16. 14 minutes to go in this one. Do stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. At the conclusion of the game, we'll catch up with both the captains of the respective teams, Jody Henry and Tino Papali'i.
I'll rub that one out then. So get ready for the restart. Jaguars back to the halfway mark.
Not long now until kickoff and the Root Rooster clash. Point Chevalier Pirates taking on the Marist Saints. Really looking forward to that one. The Marist Saints, although they are rooted to the bottom of the ladder, almost all their games have been close ones so far this year as the ball spills loose from McKicken. So Tim McMicken comes up with the error there. Pakuranga to pack down this scrum, 25 off the line. Franklin, after a rough start to the second half, have really come into their own in the second. Last sort of 20 minutes or so. Scrum taking an age to pack down. There it is eventually. Brown collects at the back. Edmonds ran out of players in the end had to give himself up because that was an obstruction on his left. Brown now brings play back towards the middle of the park. Lama. Tofa still carrying forward, eventually taken down. 5 out from the line now. Franklin Storm wanting to defend this line here. Finish things on a high. The Pakuranga Jaguars, they've got eyes on coming back into this match yet, and there's certainly plenty of time. Brown to Huanga, second phase. Brown now is alive. Brown's going to go close. Good contact on the line, though, by David Pyer. Mana is the dummy half. Shuffles play on to Edmonds' half. Edmonds looks up, spots a little gap there, gets a play back in on the inside. Pakuranga, this is second phase stuff. It's hot potato footy. Mana now shuffles wide. It's picked off by Henry and taken down there. So good defence from the Franklin Storm. They threw everything they could at them there, Pakuranga, but just could not find a way through.
Storm with a nice little break there.
Royden to Pyer. Another good carry. Raz to Vailopa now, this time taking forward. Henry plays at the line now, finds Kingy now. They've got numbers on the inside here. Kingy passes a little bit off. Ball is loose, cleaned up by Pakuranga.
Going to play him on.
But boy, they're dangerous down that left edge. Referee Kesha says back you go. So they're going to play the ball from about 12 off the line. 10 minutes to go here, Pakuranga. They need a try. They need one pretty quickly if they're to get back into this one. There's some physical contact. It's going to be ruled back for a penalty. McMicken had other ideas. He was off to the races.
Referee having a little bit of a chat there. Somebody's getting binned.
And we're going to get a sin bin at the end of that, and I think it may be Jody Henry who's been binned. We wait for confirmation on that one. Or maybe Tim McMicken. Either way, this is going to put a whole lot of pressure on the Franklin Storm. It is big Tim McMicken who's been sent to the bin. 2 sin binnings in this game, and I didn't catch a good look of that one, Troy. I'm not too sure.
I don't know whether it was 2 men in the tackle and he took it as a deliberate strip, or it was on the opposite side of the camera.
So it all shapes for a thrilling end here now. The Franklin Storm are going to finish the game with 12 men. And the Jaguars, they've got their chance now. Here's their opening. Are they good enough to take advantage of it? Huanga is the first to carry forward.
There's enough time on the clock to make that happen.
So important, Franklin muscle up now. Williams shuffles play on, juggles it, eventually brings it in. Wore a shot in the unprotected ribs there as well, asking for another penalty. And we've got another sin binning here.
He's going off, yeah. Back chat, he's been walked.
Boy, oh boy.
Penalty? Huh?
Yeah, everyone, that is the major call, Ben. That's for both sides just to calm down. They've got to keep cool heads at this point. So they're back to even men on the field. Be interesting to see now what Storm do as they head into the Jaguars territory.
They're running out of seats in the sin bin. So referee Kasha, well and truly in control of this one. He's not taking any rubbish from the boys. So we're back to, as you mentioned, Troy, 12 on 12. Toe plays short to Tolovai, who may have been caught a little high there. Play on's the call.
I think we're going to see a couple of expansive passes here in a few moments. It's a slow play ball. Yeah, he must have hit himself.
Kingy. Taking the ground, 15 out from the line. They're going to go short side again. Henry says we'll reset. This is disjointed, to say the least, from Franklin. They don't need points, they just need to control this game, play it on their terms, and they've got it in the bag as Henry goes to the line now. Tackled up high, gets the offload out the back. Jason Toe, the ball's come loose though. And knock-on's going to be the call. So they dodge a bullet there, the Jaguars. So Pakuranga now to play the ball, 10 out. Need to get down the other end of the field quickly. Still time, you would think, Troy, on the scoreboard. They're showing when they loosen up a little bit, they can play some good expansive rugby league. As Mana there is dragged to the ground.
There's a couple of strike weapons in that Jaguars team. A few of them have shown already they've got some pace. Sloppy.
Messy stuff there, and it's Henry that's picked it up, flicked the ball back in on the inside. And the Jaguars once again making mistakes and just hurting themselves. Kingy goes to the line. Don't be surprised if Franklin get over here and kill this one off. Had to do a lot of defense recently, have Pakuranga as Toe goes to the line. Williams offload out the back now to Jody Henry, who hands it off now to Kingy. Kingy with a bit of footwork. To their credit, Pakuranga holds strong. Kingy dancing his way through. He's broken about 6 tackles there and is eventually taken down by his opposite number, Williams. Toe goes out the back to Van der Westerlo. Van der Westerlo isolates his second rower, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You would think that's the game winner. Raz Tuvailopa runs the nice line off his playmaker. Let's take a look at how it went down. It starts here with this.
Yeah, he showed some awesome strength here, didn't he? Threw the first one, just was relentless, trying to not being rolled up in the wrestle.
But then here, it's nice vision from Van der Westerlo. Isolates his second rower, who breaks through the initial tackle of Edmonds. And over he goes there, Raz Tuvailopa, the 22-year-old we mentioned earlier, in the team with his twin brother, Donny Tuvailopa, who's had a mixed day, I dare say, a stint in the sin bin, but also scored a try. Both of them former Pakuranga Seagulls.
Yeah, and we got a couple still in the bin over there. As we wait for the kick to come.
So Kingy to attempt the conversion from in front.
Don't go away after the game either, ladies and gentlemen. As Corey mentioned a wee bit earlier in the game, going to catch up with the two captains and just get their perspective in today's game here for the Sharman Cup.
So out to a 20-point gap again, and they're well worth their lead, the Franklin Storm. They've been superb today. Had that little, I guess, soft patch early in the second half, didn't they? But have come right, and really it's been one built off good play in the middle of the park. You wouldn't say they've, I guess, rolled through this Pakuranga team, but it's their little skillful plays out the line that have really gotten the advantage today. Some real standouts in the middle of the park.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, other than probably going to sleep in that first 10 minutes in the second half, they've sort of come back into it. And they had to do a little bit of work there, being a man down with the first sin binning. As we get ready for the restart.
So Papali'i gets us back underway. Down to the corner. About 3.5 minutes remaining in this one before we start our build-up towards Point Chevalier versus Marist in the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. McPherson back on the field. He was excellent in the opening exchanges. Kingy to Van der Westerlo. Tuvailopa hands it out the back. Nahi now on the ball, isolates his winger now. Tom Ngataki tiptoeing down the sideline. Flicks it back inside, but out is the call.
The thought was there. He'd lost his balance and tried to backspin, flick pass into the field of play. Gives the boys a little bit of a breathing opportunity. Not together in a huddle or as in a group, but as in actually breathing.
Lewis Papali'i carries forward. He can hold his head high today. He's played really well for the Jags. Jonathan Pearce takes forward, a late addition to this team. Come across from Rugby Union. Tino Papali'i, the captain. Just short of halfway now, Pakuranga, looking to finish this one on a high. So with this result, the Franklin Storm will improve to 4 wins and a draw, while the Pakuranga Jaguars will sit on a 2-win, 3-loss record. Pace of the game now starting to die off a little, as you would expect. McPherson, who was telling in those opening exchanges, wasn't he, Troy? He really set the tone with some of those carries, and from there, the men off the bench been very strong now, as you see. Tuvai Lopa going close. Leroy Nahi jumps in a dummy half, the veteran centre. McPherson, again, we just mentioned him, another good carry. Goes looking for work, this guy.
He's had some strong minutes.
Toe. Kingy, the little chip kick over the top. Chase is good from Tupaia, who's hit it back into the field of play. I don't know if that's play on. Out is the call. So creative stuff there. Franklin say, come on, we're trying to create a good replay here. But the ball gone dead. Play dies off. So that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Do stay with us post-match, ladies and gentlemen. We will catch up with the 2 captains. A short review of the game before we build into kickoff in the Root Rooster match. Brown jumps out of the bottom of the ruck, takes play up over the 40. Brown pushes play on to Tofa now, who plays short at the line. Dallas Mana plays back infield. Nice play from the loose forward. Another one of these standouts today, Pakuranga. So in the dying exchanges, can the Jaguars restore some pride here? Edmonds at the line, Papali'i back infield. Williams now shakes off the first one. Ibanez Williams dancing his way through. Ibanez Williams gets the offload away out the back door. They shuffle play on. There's going to be a try in the corner, and it is going to be scored by Maka Hakalo in the corner, but put it down to the work of Ibanez Williams there. Let's take a look on the Crown Lift Trucks replay. You can see here, half to half stuff. Finds Williams on the inside, who avoids the first one with some footwork. And then from there, just swerves his way through, has the presence of mind here to look up. I see that he's got 2 men unmarked on his outside. They shift play on. Papali'i delivering the final pass there for Hakalo to crash over out wide. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. We wait for the kick, which will conclude things here at Walker Park. So kick to come from Hakalo, strikes it from out wide, and it is away to the left, so that will do it. And it is the Fridge Warehouse, Franklin Storm 36, the Stay Busy Printing, Pakuranga Jaguars 20. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hear from the 2 captains in just a few moments' time. We're now joined by captain of the Pakuranga Jaguars, Tino Papali'i. Well, mate, you guys fought bravely, a little comeback in the second half there, but probably shot yourselves in the foot with some basic errors.
Yeah, we tried to start them on the ball, but without the ball, we can't work our game plan. Defense was a bit shocking in the second half. But we made a comeback anyway, but just wasn't our day today.
What did you make of your halves? I thought Lewis Papali'i had a pretty good game, and also from the back there, young Ibanez Williams really seemed to spark things.
Yeah, about our halves, we can't run the ship, but we had the ball some of the time, but in the end, it was Storm's game.
You know, commiserations on the loss. All the best for next week.
Thank you.
We're now going to welcome in captain, coach, he's everything today, Jody Henry of the Franklin Storm. Well, another win, Jody. A really good start to the game, took a good lead into the break, but a bit scary there in the second half, just clocked off.
Yeah, we started really well. You know, we come along with some good sets at the line and turned it into points, and then we tried to build more pressure, and then a few calls didn't go our way at the end and put us under a bit of pressure. Then, you know, they started to get some points back in the second half and got a bit tight there, and then we turned it around with a bit more momentum. Yeah.
What's the most pleasing aspect, the points you scored, or you know, your defence? Because your goal line defence was pretty good for most of that match.
It always comes down to defence. Defence wins your games, and I think, you know, last week it showed our defence won us that game, and we brought it into this game. We turned up again on defence and worked hard for each other, so yeah, it's good.
Thanks for joining us, Jody. Congratulations, and all the best for next week.
Thank you, mate. We've got the bye next week, so choice. Cheers.
Guaranteed 2 points.
Live league action. In 2018, the Auckland Rugby League is putting the game in your hands. Never miss a hit from New Zealand's premier rugby league competition. Run it straight to the breakfast team Fridays from 8:20 a.m. when they tackle the toughest competition in town. To get the inside edge on where you can watch the action live and free, head up aucklandleague.co.nz.